We are having sort of a split fight. They are split between the dragon and the fight. They should just take the fight.
Did they know the Twitch is here? Twitch is going to spray and pray. Think he's going to be able to kill the Mordekaiser? Surely? Dead. Nice, there it happens.
Brazil
look where the Twitch is. Look where he is, though. He's going to kill this Ari easily. They just don't know he's there.
Killing off screen.
Yeah, for real. It's going to go down. Mel here, Caitlyn's going to try and the rest of the fight. But again, the Twitch comes from nowhere. He's crazy.
For the side, we're not going to see J4 go right in. The ult comes up, the Cataclysm comes out. They're all fighting in the middle. Not as caught in between somehow. The Superman Deathhawker does come out and then they're getting knocked back. However, Olaf is on that backline, taking a lot of damage. Sevilla will fall, Jinx will fall. But this Olaf, he's taking them all back.
He just want to be for them. Okay, casually, I guess.
Safety. Jinx is on the other side of this wall. If they can keep, I was gonna say, if they can keep him safe. Okay, he went hella aggressive there. He's gonna get 2 kills. He's gonna go for the 3rd kill. He's gonna go for the 4th kill. Help the best stall is Penta. Quadra kill here for Cookie. To be fine here. Meanwhile, Zeus is gonna be fighting Swaros on the top side, and that's gonna be a no way! Victor stole the Nash.
Oh my god. But the difference between it's not going to be enough because he comes back around for the drive-by. Bloody, that's going to be a hell of a clip.
It's like it's more of a rare occasion if it does happen. Just like a 3-man Bard ult coming out. Holy moly, in goes Neela as well. Look at the 4-man pull. Holy moly, the Cudders are absolutely getting slaughtered and getting sent to the butchers. Clean ace.
Below on gold, it's going to be really hard for you to do the Baron here. Shreds your resistances. And we see 5DK are wrapping around. They're going to have to leave it, but it's on 3K. That means 5DK can just start it. It's very close to being stolen. They're going to just take this. Red team do get it. That's so unfortunate. And now the team fight begins. And JP's in the wrong place. He's going to get collapsed on. What can they even do here? Huey's got to run. Sejuani just going to watch his AP carry get popped. And he just has to run behind the turret and pray.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the MiniLCS Winter Open 2026. We are in the playoffs. Now we're done with the group stages. It's gone. That's a lie, actually. There's 2 more group stages coming up this weekend. But we're done with it for the Hardstuck bracket. That is the big boy bracket. And yeah, today we have for you, your boys, my Mandem, MacMoodies Mandem, versus the Cudder's Piggies, not the cuties, the little piggies, the split off team from the winners of the MiniLCS Summer Invitational 2025 and Winter Open 2025. The leader just thought, nah, I'm done with this team, I'm done winning, in this higher bracket. I want to win in the lower brackets now. I want to stomp this whole scene. So yeah, this is going to be a banger. And I'm going to continue waffling because one of my casters has ran away. Tomorrow we have for you another Hardstuck Heroes playoffs, and that is Dilliman Esports versus, I forgot who it was. It will be a replay. It was Dilliman Esports versus Beer Before League. Beer Before League, a previous MiniLCS competitor in the Summer Invitational, and Dilliman Esports with our Lord and Saviour Day Zero, the host of this tournament, playing will he go through to the elimination round or to the brackets, or will he actually have to do his job and host the rest of the tournament? You'll find out tomorrow. But enough of me waffling, because he's back. Day Zero is back, and he's here to cast this banger of a series with newcomer to the MiniLCS. We have Aline. So, welcome, gents. Oh, one sec. There you go.
Let's go. Alright, sweet. So, yeah, today we have... Hold up, I can see my camera isn't focusing for some reason. You love to see it. We have the this is kind of a historic repeat match, so Aaron will remember, but let me give the audience and Lean some context here. So MacMoodies were in every tournament until the last one, which was summer of 25, right? In winter of 25, which is the first tournament that Cudder's Piggies, which is the kind of beginner team for this, you mentioned Aaron said that they branched off, right? In the Sweatlord bracket, which is the now higher bracket, they still have Cudder's Cuties. Those are the primary team. And then now branch off, we have Cudder's Piggies, which are the kind of the lower MMR Hardstuck team. Although they have the eponymous Cudder on the team, so it's kind of weird to say they're the sister team when the person they're named after is on it, but whatever. But essentially, in winter 25, MacMoodies and Cudder's Piggies faced, and Cudder's Piggies beat them. Cudder's Cuties beat them fairly badly. It was a quick 2-0, and they didn't come back for summer. So they went into the lab. They took a year off. They're back now, winter 26. In the Hardstuck bracket, where in winter of 25 we didn't have brackets, so it was just kind of one big tournament as opposed to kind of a segregated thing. So they're back now. They're up against trying to get their win back after winter of 25. It's gonna be an interesting one to watch. I don't know how much of the two teams you've seen in the tournament thus far, but anyone you're particularly looking out for, or like maybe what lane you might want to watch? Ooh, against a draft.
Top
nice.
lane. I feel like top lane is going to be the key matchup this game. From what I hear, did they find someone? They were looking for like an emergency substitute for top lane. What happened there?
Yeah, so MacMoodies' original top laner, Johnny, had a family emergency, so he bailed. And then they were going to use their original substitute player, who's BMW M3G80, but then he is also bailed. No one knows where he is. So we actually have Poseidon in for us now. So he's currently a mid laner in Weenie Hut bracket, but he is graciously gone back into his main role to emergency sub here. And yeah, as you mentioned, we could see MacMoodies go with the B1 Jarvan here. So they are looking for the engage tools here for blank. Looks like the Piggies are going to respond with probably a strong side bot here. They're going to take away the Caitlyn. Caitlyn has been a pick that MacMoodies Mandem have used. They're 1-0 with it right now. The early lane pressure is really strong.
Simple,
Lux
classic.
Is I
assume that's a Lux support, right?
It could be. I imagine it's a flex pick right now because, like, in theory, they can throw it mid. If they have Caitlyn can hyper carry, right? So they can trust that she'll be the primary damage threat, and then Lux is just kind of here to push waves and roam and try and get the Caitlyn ahead. But as a support, it wouldn't be a bad lane.
Jinx. So they're saying no. We have the hyper carry bot lane. I think it's going to be Jinx plus an Enchanter, or we could see just like the two mages in the bot lane,
No, for sure. I think that if it is a Lux spot, then getting an Enchanter in here is probably not the best idea, to be honest. I think that actually works out for the Piggies better because, Enchanter, she's going to be playing like very much kind of Minesweeper, right? It's going to be, I stood in the wrong place and ate a light binding and now I'm dead. Because it's going to be Lux Q into a Caitlyn trap into death. Like there's no way that an Enchanter can really maneuver that lane effectively. But
I think they're just going for something where they know that if Jinx is able to get fed, she'll have benefit a lot more from the synergies that Nami provides.
Sure. Yeah, going for the kind of more weak side lane here because they're not going to be able to deal with the Caitlyn in lane anyway. So yeah, getting the Nami in there, not too bad. I don't know how I feel about the Evelyn pick here. It didn't fare too well for the Piggies. Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't fare too well for them the last time they did it against Dangerous Game, to be fair. So, and I think knowing the knowing the players for Cudder's Piggies, with Vrail not being an on-engage, and if this Lux is indeed Cudder on the Lux, then he's another person who they usually put as their primary engage. I fear they may not get any engage at all at this point. Like they're going to be relying mainly on their top laner here on Eto to be able to find engage if they get any wherever we may find it. And so it's a risky one here, to be honest. But we'll see how they round out the rest of the draft here. You know, we're seeing the stage 2 bans come out.
Yeah.
Makes sense, to be honest. You know, they want to, again, like I said, they have no engage, and so removing away the Malphite makes sense because Unstoppable Force is a primary form of engage. They saw the Silas ban and were like, yeah, cool, you're not going to R4 Malphite when we ban Silas away. We're okay, that's not happening here. And yeah, the Mordekaiser and Zed bans as well. They also, they R4 the Scion here, so taking that away from Poseidon.
It would have either been
yeah, I like it here in this draft as well. Yeah, I agree. They're both very good at kind of starting fights, and even if they're not gonna be the kind of primary form of engage, which they absolutely can be with their ultimates, Scion is just a massive meat shield, and it's a great pick away from Poseidon as well. It's one of the few champions he performed incredibly well on in summer of 25. Yeah, we're going to see the Shen come out here as another Poseidon special. So that's 2 of his major picks out already in game 1. So knowing this is Fearless, it might be difficult for him as we move towards games 2 and potentially 3. But right now, you know, we only worry about winning game 1, and they're going to lock up the draft with the Orianna. So they have a really good flag and drag kind of Shockwave combo, right? Or Cataclysm into Shockwave combo. So the team fight here for MacMoodies is really strong. If they play this well as a 5-man unit, I think that their team fight should just outright win. But
yeah, no, I don't
see what
think
they look up
if
here
they're remotely even, they shouldn't be winning any team fights. And we have Irelia mid.
Irelia mid is a very interesting choice. So
unless they're cooking, they could be cooking something up here. Like Scion support, Irelia top?
Nah, surely not. No. I think knowing Cat Arena, who's there, or NM as he's known, is his champion pool, the Irelia is definitely mid. I think that the Irelia will have an easy lane up against Orianna, but I struggle to see how Cudder's Piggies team fights. You know, they have Scion and Caitlyn who can do it, but they're gonna really struggle around kind of these neutral objectives, no?
Sorry about that. Yeah, no, it's just a pick-on. It's a plain old simple, you look to hit the light binding onto one person, you blow them up, and then, yeah, hopefully that's enough to take the 4v5. MacMoodies and Mandem have definitely one of the more traditional, I think we've all had it when we first started playing League with a 5-stack. You tend to go for like Orianna, Jarvan every game. Or like, you know, Orianna, Mumu, MFMU. Something, one of the classic combos of League.
No, I agreed 100%. The Orianna plus any form of major engage is always a strong option. And I like the level of safety they have with Stand United as well. So, you know, if Jinx ever does get jumped on by this Evelynn in the late game, they have the ability to just bring Shen to her, you know, with the healing from Nami, with the shielding from Shen. I think that, you know, if they can't immediately pop the Jinx is very much primed to carry this game. But hold up, because we apparently are having lobby issues, which is great. I love League of Legends.
League of Legends client is a good client, and there's no issues with it.
Literally,
feel legally contractually obligated to say that. I mean, just looking at the matchups, it's just going to be grass farming on top. Essentially, Sion's going to look to get first turret, and then Shen's going to look to influence the game with his Twilight Assault? I can't remember his ult off the top of my head.
His ultimate name is Stand United, I believe.
Stand United, exactly. Twilight Assault is his dash, right? His taunt.
Oh, I am not 100% sure, to be fair. But let's see whether or not this changes anything, because they are still struggling to get this lobby live. This has been a persistent issue over the last like 2 patches where we've just been completely incapable of getting these tournament codes to work. Like, I've tried alternative tournament codes as well. It's just the client is just a mess. All right. See if I can find a different code. Aaron, it might be a wise choice while we try to fix this to cut to a small break, to be honest, because I think we've covered most of we can talk about the draft at this point, and there's nowhere else really to go, so we don't know how long this issue is going to be. I'm going to try and fix it as soon as I physically can. We do have it loaded, but I don't know if now is the time. We'll hold out for that. Let's see if this new code that I have works. Okay, sweet. Predictions are live right now, guys. So you know the drill. The Gamba support. we have the Stimo coins ready to go. Get your cash out. Well, not your real cash, but your fictional digital cash.
Well, you can give us real cash as well.
You could, yeah, you could give us real cash. That's true. Not for the gambling though. That's a Twitch dub situation, but.
Yeah, if you like and enjoy the MiniLCS content and this EU production, working with a NA indie company right now, then you can hit that sub button just down below. If you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube, hi, thank you. If you're watching on Kick, whoa, that's amazing. And that's the end of my.
And following is free, so feel free to drop a follow. Ooh.
Okay, all right, we made it, boys. We didn't even have to cut to a break. Oh shit! Big shout out to Joby for the Prime subscription. My goat. Unfortunately, we didn't actually see him play in the Weenie Hut bracket this season. I was very much trying to coerce them to, but unfortunately not. But maybe next season. We'll see. But yeah, I'm just gonna make sure this lobby fires, and then we are good to go. I pressed the start button and we're in. All right, cool. All right, the spectator delay will begin in, we should be in game, like visible for all of the viewers, in about 5 minutes roughly, because they're going to speed through the champion select, and then spectator delay takes about 3 minutes. But yeah, all right, let's cover what we think about some of these win cons, to be honest. So I think MacMoodies is simple, right? If the Jinx gets ahead, they should be able to win. I think that if we look at the lane by lane, Shen versus Sion should be a free lane for both. Sion is one of those champions that doesn't really lose into anyone, but he also doesn't really punish anyone massively either. It's a super safe pick. He's gonna get farm. He can proxy if you're someone who can kill him, so that he can make it hard for you to, you're gonna have to choose. You come and fight me, or you get the wave. You don't get both, right? And Shen is someone who's just very strong in lane, and also when we get that level 6 power spike, he's going to start trying to influence the rest of the map as well. In terms of jungle, Jarvan up against Evelynn, I think the onus here is really going to be on Blank to be able to impact the map early, because Evelyn's going to spend the entire, probably the first 10 to 15 minutes of the game just optimizing her clear, trying to keep herself safe, trying to keep, make sure she gets as much gold as she can, and then when she hits her first primary item, which should be a Lich Bane, I believe, that's when she's going to start looking to be like, okay, I have level 6, I have Lich Bane, I can start one-shotting the Ori or the Nami or the Jinx. So in those 15 minutes, it's gonna be really on Jarvan's back to get his lanes ahead, or to actually put the Evelynn behind, because you can counter jungle her. You can find her. They have with the Ori as well. Ori should be able to get shove early into Aurelia, I imagine, because it's ranged versus melee.
Definitely.
So they may be able to go into Evelynn's jungle and punish her in the early game here. because you know if you can land flag drag onto the Evelynn with the as Jarvan and you have someone else to help DPS, she is dead. There's no way. She's a very squishy champion. So bot lane though, I think bot lane is a write-off here for MacMoodies. I think that their lane is going to be purely damage control. You know, Lux and Caitlyn is essentially eat one binding and you die. So they're gonna just need to probably prioritize some early boots and you know get the happy feet going, because they are very much in danger, especially when you add the Evelynn to the mix and how squishy both parties are. You know, I think it's very smart here by Cudder's Piggies to preemptively punish the MacMoodies bot lane by picking the Lux support here. You know, picking something that can explode any enchanter in the game. Just even though it was a blind bot lane pick here, you know, I think it works out for them because, you know, they've done their research, they've seen what Dayor plays, they know that he only plays one engaged champion, which is the Nautilus, I believe. So yeah, punishing them like that I think was very smart on their decision on their side. And then mid lane is the kind of dubious one for me here, to be honest. They left R5 for Katarina here so that they could make sure they can get an advantageous matchup. And I think, again, if Aurelia gets ahead, then absolutely sure, she can run away with the game. But if she doesn't, she's going to be mega useless. And so I think we said we thought top lane might be an interesting lane here, but I think mid is really where my eyes
as soon as I saw the picks, I mean, they have different win conditions. Essentially, Shen just wants to maybe solo kill Sion once or twice, get level 6, and then get out of his lane. While Sion just wants to stay in lane, get some good deaths, and get the turret down. So they're looking for radically different things. We might see once the quest gets completed, Aurelia swap into Shen, because it's quite favored for Aurelia, especially later on in the game. Honestly, one thing I would say is I don't think Jarvan has to have that much of an impact this early game. If he just exists and is able to prevent Evelynn from getting too ahead, I think the way they team fight is he exists as a ball carry. He exists to carry the Orianna ball as close to Lux and Caitlyn as possible and just blow them up. He doesn't really need to be super ahead or build a bunch of damage. He exists as their secondary off tank to just soak up pressure. And it's going to come down to vision a lot. How have these teams been warding? Do they know how to properly ward against an Evelynn? Because it changes the entire vision game almost.
No, 100%. Yeah, you want to be getting way more like deep wards up against the Evelynn, because, you know, especially when she hits 6, yeah, you're not going to really see her. You're not going to really see her, you know, when she's in the areas of which she's probably trying to gank, you know, outside of having a control ward. But you know what? Control wards are kind of expensive. 75 every base is, you know, not cheap, especially if you're
they are reduced for the support.
Carry. They are reduced for support once you finish a support quest.
Crazy amount of value as soon as the support quest.
I agree. No, for sure. Although I don't think this is so much a tech in the Cudder's Piggies wheelhouse, but I just know this to be true, that the mid laner of MacMoodies Mandem has, in all of his previous games so far, he averages 1 pink ward a game. So Evelynn might be the secret tech against this guy, because he just doesn't want pinks. He wants to spend his money on stats, you know? He wants to spend that gold on combat stuff. He doesn't want to spend it on vision. But the rest of their team, they're pretty good at vision control, to be fair. I would say, like, one of the things, again, my team, Dillamond Esports, we faced them in scrims, and, you know, one of the things they did really well is, like, set up around objectives, kind of vision control around those objectives as well. And so, you know, I think that I agree with you that it's going to be pivotal here for them to be able to track this Evelynn perfectly, because if she can wrap around and find kind of cheeky one-shot kills, she's gonna be a problem. She's gonna be a problem, yeah, 100%. But
otherwise, they're gonna have a really tough time of taking any fights.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have any backline threat except Lux. If Lux is your backline threat, you don't have a backline threat. It's again, Lux can go crazy with a final spark, hit a little combo, but with Nami there, especially if she goes into healing, there is no potential for them to take someone out that early if Evelyn doesn't get a flank. So it's gonna be most likely Evelyn looking for a flank, Aurelia waiting to jump someone, and then they just send Unstoppable Onslaught, send the Scion in, and then Caitlyn just stays back and cleans up the team fight.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think the way that, especially like one thing I wanted to say is I think at parity, right? Like if both teams are equal in gold, it's going to be really hard for Cudder's Piggies to find advantageous fights. And the one way that they can do it is by death bushing, right? Like, so if they sit with like Aurelia Lux or Caitlyn Lux or, you know, Evelyn Lux
Scion
in a bush, and anyone with Lux, yeah, or the Scion Q as well. Yeah, the Scion Q is a little bit less instant gratification, but yeah, you can do it with the Scion Q as well. You're right. But yeah, any of those two alongside their damage threats, and in theory, any of these carries or, you know, the Nami gets caught in those positions, they should just die. I think the only person that would be able to survive that kind of thing for at least a few seconds is probably the Shen. And then once Jarvan, if Jarvan builds the kind of more traditional Bruiser type build, so, you know, you're talking your Sundered Sky, Black Cleaver type build, then, you know, then he might survive as well. But we don't know that yet. We need to wait until we get in game, which hopefully we should be getting into game pretty soon here, because it's been about 5 minutes. But I will say that Blank has built the full AD Jarvan in at least one game, like one official so far. So that's the Profane Hydra Axiom Arc opportunity build, where you stack as much lethality as possible and you just attempt to explode the backline. And you know what? In this particular draft, I do not hate it. I think
you don't hate
there is Lux, Caitlyn,
Jarvan.
and Evelyn for him to be able to explode with Cataclysm. So I think it could be an angle. It will depend on if he gets ahead early, right? But never mind that. We are finally in game. This is the first playoff series of MiniLCS Winter 2026. Couldn't start off with a better way. We've got MacMoodies Mandem up against Cudder's Piggy. We've got like that history matchup, you know. Oh, I am so ready. Well, let's have a look at these early game runes and summoner spells. We got fairly standard on the side of MacMoodies. You know, Grasp of the Undying for Poseidon makes a ton of sense. He's going to be able to trigger it a load off of the Scion. Conqueror suggests to me that Jarvan's probably going Bruiser still. I mean, I think Conqueror is just best in set in general, but, you know, I think with the way the team is kind of laid out, he kind of needs to be honest. And then, yeah, the Lethal Tempo, Summonary makes a ton of sense. And then we look at Cudder's Piggies. They have Electrocute on the Evelyn. So that's, I believe you have two options on Evelyn. It's either Electrocute for the kind of immediate damage, or it's Dark Harvest, which is, you could argue, a bit win more, but you know, it can do more damage if you can get Dark Harvest stacks. And then again, the rest of it seems to be fairly bog standard here. Arcane Comet for Cudder,
especially for a
Lethal Tempo.
Game. For a competitive game where you're not expecting. Ooh, that's an early Ignite going down.
Yeah, the Ignite down there. That is a big combat sum done for the next 3 minutes here. They didn't even burn the heal in response, so I think that's a net positive here for the MacMoodies bot lane. But we can see how low Nami is right now. Chugging through our pots, and ooh, just misses on the light on the Q there, and tons. Oh, okay.
And that's
guess it would be that's what's blood there for the Caitlyn, and it looks like we might have another kill here. 2 quick kills here for Cudder's Piggies. That is not the way you want that top lane to be going right now. Shen should not be losing here in the early game. But bot lane, well, let's recount what was lost here. So we saw Sums burnt from the Nami. And
we have an Ignite going down in the mid.
I don't think they're gonna go for it though, surely. Yeah, the Ignite is just burnt here just to get a little bit of health down, but with Aurelia's passive no longer stacked, yeah, I don't think she's in a position to really go for this. Although she's trying it now, she's gonna go for the stun again. Ko is trying to outplay this.
Ooh.
Good flash there by the Orianna, keeps himself safe, but probably has to think about leaving now, to be honest. He does have TP advantage, right? He's gone for the TP, and Katarina doesn't have it, so it's not the worst base in the world. And although Katarina's playing really dangerous here in the wave, it might still just be a 1-for-1. Ko is gonna get it, so that's quite bad here for the Aurelia. She had command of that lane in the early, like, you know, the early phases there, but just a little bit of overconfidence and gonna get popped there by Orianna. She's gonna be able to base on, I assume, more like 900 gold. So yeah, we're seeing she gets the boost so that she can help dodge the stun a little bit more, and then the amp tome for a little bit extra damage. Angle here top. I don't think there is one though. We're gonna see the flag and drag come out, but Sion is gonna walk himself out of this. There is no dive to be had here. And what Dayol here is just caught out, and he just, I want to know if that was a DC or something, because he just stood there and let that happen, or at least from what we could see. I didn't see him being CC'd.
I think he got light. He just got the stun combo, the one you were talking about.
Yeah, maybe.
Caitlyn trap into binding, which is not the start that MacMoodies Mandem wanted. They definitely wanted to go 100%. Even at least.
Yeah, with there already being 650 gold here for the Caitlyn should be able to abuse this lane a little bit more. But we're watching this top lane go off, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I think that Poseidon should die here. He just about survives, and surely we get this kill here. Okay, so we're getting some return kills here for the Mandem. Jinx is excited. She's gonna try and kill the Caitlyn here. We're gonna try and play with some vision, but they're not gonna work out. But Nami surely gets this, and that is, it looks like just the Piggies just overplaying their hand. And again here, that's another kill over to the Orianna. And as quickly as it seemed like MacMoodies Mandem were hard losing, they get themselves 3 quick kills. And so, you know, it's not as bad as it kind of looks.
This is quite a bloodthirsty game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're at 2 kills a minute right now. You know, it's kind of intense, and hopefully it's a sign of things to come. Although we're gonna see Vrail has flash here. Yeah, he has flash, so this should be a kill.
He doesn't have.
It's gonna be a trade though. Yeah.
He doesn't have the damage to kill and get out there.
Yeah. So, I mean, what does he get off of it? He gets his Sheen and he gets an amp tome. So realistically, he would have just got a Sheen had he not got that kill. So was burning the flash and feeding the Orianna 300 gold worth
and losing 2 dog steals. Nice little
kill in the bot lane, dude. This is it's hard to even keep track right now of who's actively winning, because there's so much blood being spilled every minute. I'm like, bot lane was really hard for the Caitlyn, and now Jinx has got 2 kills, and you know she's only 300 gold behind. And I'd like to point out she's got gold, by the way.
Gold. Yeah, both AD have gold. Okay, that will be the first objective we see taken down from MacMoodies.
Yeah, Hextech Drake there is, I think it makes too much of a difference here. They will be keeping an eye on what the soul will be. We know it won't be Hextech, and we know that it won't be Ocean. So that's something. I think Ocean Soul would have been cataclysmic if it were for the Piggies, because Sion with Ocean Soul would be unkillable in this game, I think. But we're not going to get that, so we don't need to worry about it.
Yeah, Ocean Soul.
Not the end of the world.
Okay, we're going back. We're neutraling. I believe it's bot side though. This is quite sneaky coming out.
Is a weird hover, but if they land the Lux Q, it will be worth it. Now, see this trading in the wave again by Poseidon, but when he pops the shield there from the Shen W, it doesn't really matter that the wave is hitting him because it's all damage mitigated. So it's one of the few sneaky things that the Shen can get away with, right? And Shockwave is going to come out here. Orianna should get the kill here. Gonna see the Aurelia ult come out. She burns. Stand United came out there, so Shen did come in to help out.
Stand United was a bit much.
Yeah, I don't know if he needed it, but you know, at least they secure the fact that Orianna lives. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but seeing,
especially because he was about to kill TM Opera in top lane, I feel like
Grubs are up now in 30, so I think he can. To be honest, he lands the taunt. He's gonna get the now the damage immunity there, and now he's gonna try and run him down. I
does
think.
have flash.
Okay, 2 flashes.
Okay,
burn.
flash for flash.
I don't know who that favors here. With Evelyn being up top side, I think it might be difficult for Poseidon here. He's kind of getting a bit baited in. He's gonna miss the taunt, and yeah, he's just gonna be food here for Vrail, who's 3-1 right now on the Evelyn, which is not a great thing.
Flying, though. Ooh. Deciding not to.
I want to point out.
Cataclysm.
Look at the Jarvan build. The Jarvan is building Profane Hydra.
Okay.
Yeah, so he is looking to one-shot people. He's not going for that traditional kind of bruisery build. He is going for the full AD, oh no, your backline's dead kind of build. So gonna be keeping an eye on him, I think, as we see some of these first items completed, because he's... Yeah, I think if he can shut down the Lux and the Caitlyn, and also the Evelyn as well, right? She's also quite squishy. You know, we could see some very explosive fights, and nice little counter jungling here by About Blank as well.
Is that if he tries to full combo the Evelyn, he'll just get ulted in the face. Which, if he ends up going to Profane Hydra, he will be quite squishy.
Yeah, well, I mean, Evelyn ult doesn't do too much unless you're already low HP. It scales off of missing HP, right? So, Shockwave goes wide. He just Shockwave the wave. That is so unfortunate. And then not going to be able to catch the Aurelia.
That's 2 ults. Jinx sent a super mega death rocket as well. That's 2 ultimates now for MacMoodies.
Yeah, the thing we didn't really speak about yet, but the grubs were given completely over for free. There was no real contest by MacMoodies there to get those. And oh, hold up, it looks like Poseidon might be getting himself another solo kill, but here is Vrail again, and the Shen is just chain dying here right now. This is really not good for Poseidon. I know he's been playing mainly mid lane because of this season, but you know, as he's playing mid lane currently for Vicky Mendoza in the Weenie Up Junior bracket, but honestly, it's really rough, and that's a big amount of damage here onto Nami. Nami's going to hit the tidal wave, and they should surely be able to kill Sunny. Sunny's going to go down because of the Cataclysm, and then it is just a formality to finish off Cudder, and that is another 2 kills here, 1 over 2 blank, and then 1 to the Jinx, and now surely they get... did they go for a plate here? I think they should, and that plate will tick over, putting Jinx ahead of the Caitlyn now, which again, like we said it earlier, but the Caitlyn should be running this lane, and I think that, again, with how aggressive and how bloody the nature of this game has been, it's been quite hard for them to really stay ahead, because the lane hasn't been neutral for more than 2 minutes at a time. You know, in a neutral state, yes, the Caitlyn and the Lux should be, you know, battering them, but when are we in that state? Everyone's fighting all the time, you know. We have, what, 5 kill participation on both sides. Nice flash here by Code to try and keep himself safe, but he is still going to get charmed here, especially with the final spark from downtown, and Vrail's going to be on a killing spree here. 5th kill onto the Evelyn. She is looking really strong right now, and some aggressive trading here by the Shen onto the Scion. I guess at least he knows where the Evelyn is, so he's not worried about the gank right now, right? They're on that Drake, gonna get themselves the Ocean Dragon right now. Although Blank is moving towards it, but I don't think there's anything he can do there. But yeah. Okay, we know it's Chemtech. So who do you think Chemtech Soul favors in this game? Oh, I am mute. Oh, no, yeah, cool. It's all good. I mean, for me, I think probably Chemtech favors the Piggies, to be honest. I think they have tons of lifesteal, right? Well, Vrail passive, the Evelyn passive even. Hold up, let's talk about the fight though. We're gonna see Jinx gonna immediately flash as the charm gets ready to pop. And that was a really good flash there to get Jinx to safety. Not too shabby there, but we're gonna have to see whether or not Evelyn can punish that in the next 5 minutes, because a flashless Jinx is very easy pickings. Otherwise, though, I think, yeah, this current lane state, I think Piggies are okay. The gold is dead even at 13 minutes, so this is a close game so far. I think if Poseidon can stop hemorrhaging gold by dying in these ganks where he's just not respecting the Evelyn, I think that things would actually be not too bad. You know, they have 700 gold, or sorry, 600 more so on the mid lane. So Orianna is well ahead of the Aurelia. Aurelia's going to struggle in this game now because she is not, you know, at the same level as everybody else. You know, she's got the same amount of XP roughly. I think Ko has about half a level on him, which will be mainly due to catching extra waves off of the TP. You know, when waves crash, you can kind of catch them a little bit easier for the TP. But yeah, the Ignite hasn't really done much here for the Aurelia, and think the main eyes here will probably be on Evelyn, who is 5-1 right now. You know, she's got 6 Darkseal stacks, Lich Bane, and her tier 2 boots completed, so she is quite strong. But J4 isn't too far behind. He's got the Profane Hydra, he's got another Brutalizer. Brutalizer in this area, I think, I don't actually know what that will be going into. It's not Axiom Arc, but they are going to get a quick kill there onto Cudder. 4th death for the Lux right now. And I guess this is in action, you know, what we anticipated, right? The Jarvan with the Profane Hydra, he's going to be able to blow up these squishies. Ultimate's going to come out by Aurelia, and they know Jinx doesn't have flash, so they might be able to punish here. The bubble lands onto Aurelia, and Aurelia walks into the... Okay, never mind. She walked into the Chompers, so she gets locked up twice and just gets popped. I really appreciated the idea there of the jump in by, I believe it was Poseidon, to try and get in front of the ace in the hole, but it didn't work. Final Spark lands on 2 here. Arcane Comet tries to get the kill, but with the Super Mega Death Rocket, Jinx gets her 6th kill of the game. And, you know, we only have, what, 80 seconds or so, I think, until the next Drake. 80, 90 seconds, roughly. And this Jinx is really accelerated. You know, she's finished her call. She's on Yuntal Wild Arrows. She's probably... Can you tell me, Aaron, how much money she's currently sitting on? Or is that not something I can find out? Because I have a feeling she's probably about to buy second item when she hits base right now, you know? And we'll find out now. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it was Jinx, but yeah, she finishes her IE now, so she is very ahead of the curve right now. You know, the Caitlyn is sitting on just Stormrazor and a BF sword, so it's less problematic. Ivan caught out again though here. He goes in. Oh, it does land double taunt, and J4 is here. This could be a turnaround. They actually get out. We're gonna see shielding come out here by Ivan. He is still gonna get popped, but for the first time in his game, they actually turn that top lane trade around. You know, every single time we've seen action topside, it's been Poseidon just being caught out, you know, taking aggressive aura attack trades, not respecting that Vrail might be there. But Vrail just lost all of their Darkseal stacks, and, you know, Drake is up in about 35 seconds, and he's going to be coming straight from base towards it. Blank might be a little late to it, though. He's taking the Herald here. I imagine he bases immediately so that he can spend his gold. He's probably on second item as well right now. And then he's going to make his way straight to that Drake. We can see Katarina, Cudder, and Sunny are all here, all around this Drake pit right now, ready to try and contest this, you know. I think whichever team can get Soul or trying to take control of these dragons, that's the team that's probably going to win this game, realistically, because, you know, around these objectives, people are going to come out, they're going to go and get caught on picks. You know, I mean, we've seen Poseidon get caught here a couple times. We've seen Ko and Toki have to burn flash because they've just been in, you know, compromised positions. And we can see here Vrail is looking for the lane gank right now. Oh, sweet, you're back. I'm muted now. Nice! I can stop talking machine gun style.
Yeah.
It's all good, dude, don't worry.
One button misclick. One of the things I would have said, Poseidon should have built Titanic.
Yeah,
the HP one?
Hold up. I was gonna say we'll hold that thought right now because Aurelia comes in. They're straight on top of Jinx. Jinx's flash is gonna come out. Cataclysm's gonna shut down the Aurelia there, and that is gonna just be a team fight win for MacMoodies. Sion's here, but Sion is all too late. He already arrives once the Yeah, Shen goes back to the lane. This is actually really bad for the Piggies because they commit their TP, and Shen just goes back to lane. Now he gets to take plates, and you know Sion has to take the mid wave because there's nothing else for him to do here, and they're gonna probably lose T1 top. Ooh, Java's fishing for it. He doesn't have his Cataclysm right now, so I don't think there's an angle. If he had Cataclysm, I think they may have been able to get the kill there, or at least one kill, but without it, his damage is just not quite there. So, but yeah, I think how are we feeling right now as we get towards the 20-minute mark? We got 4K gold lead here for MacMoodies. Gonna see Poseidon get away there safely, and yeah, look at the gold. The gold tells you everything. Toki is really primed to win this.
And I don't think the Lux ult will be dealing that much damage. I feel like Lux is just going to be slightly worse engage support.
Yeah, I think her job right now is to just land bindings in death bushes, you know? Like, her damage is not quite there. She needs to kind of be ahead of everybody else in gold, or at least competitive, to be able to, you know, one-shot some people. But, oh, okay, stun is going to come out here for Karina. He's going to get the solo kill. That is rough.
End up with a kill on Evelyn at the same time. So
yeah, it's not too bad that they get the trade there. Ko up against Sion right now is not too bad. He's gonna walk out. I think he's, you know, with the phase rush. Oh, hold up! Okay. Completely caught out here. Nami. Oh, Nami gets out though. That's so unfortunate.
Nami gets out and Katarina gets stuck. Okay, we do have second item completed in for the Evelyn.
Yeah, we do, yeah, with the Storm Surge here. Although, I mean, Storm Surge is, I don't want to say it's a bait item, but like, it is a little bit win more, right? Like, it's passive. I've never really seen it kind of, you know, secure. Yeah, exactly. Like, it gets value when you're already ahead, right? Like, that extra damage, the pop, if you were already winning, is great, but oftentimes when you're not winning, you rarely actually pop Storm Surge. And TM Opera O is caught out here. I think he is going to go down. Aaron, I don't know what's going on with the top lane thing, but we can't actually see the Sion's, we can't actually see his scoreline because the TP is in the way. I don't know if that's something you can amend, or if it's like a blue bottle bug or something. It definitely looks like a visual bug. It might be like you might have to reset blue bottle or something to get it to work properly, but it's, yeah, for some reason. There we go. Nami caught there. Just cooked. They knew her flash was down, so there's nowhere for her to go.
The Rift Herald is up. Now the question is, will they try to contest this? They do have some.
Oh, that's not Rift Herald. That's Baron.
That's Baron?
Rift Herald is currently... Rift Herald was taken by Jarvan about 5 minutes ago, and I believe he cracked it mid. So that's why the mid tier 1 is down for the Piggies, but yeah, Baron is up. I don't think any team takes it particularly quickly right now. And they get that third item completed onto Toki, and then yes, 100% the MacMoodies Mandem should be able to take it quickly. But until we finish off that third item, which Noon Quiver and a pickaxe, what item would that be?
Shield bow.
Shield bow.
Shield bow. That's
so yeah, trying to survive the survive Raven's burst then. Yeah.
One stack on the Dark Seal. I don't know about the Dark Seal tech. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it did pop off early on, but now it's just, especially with those almost back-to-back deaths coming out for Veil, it's not looking great.
So the thing with Dark Seal, right, it does kind of seem a bit bait, I agree, but it's actually not. Even with 0 stacks on the Dark Seal, it's almost cost effective. When you add stacks on top of it, it becomes super cost effective. So it's not really a bad item even at 0 stacks. So even with it only being on the 1 stack right now, I think it's fine.
Ooh,
the likelihood she gets kills is quite high, although the shockwave comes in. Cataclysm onto Karina means that is going to be the 7th death for this Aurelia. Big final spark though, going to land onto 3 people. Shut down here for Evelyn. They are going to kill Ko on the side, but look at the job and go. 7-0-9 with the Axiom arc completed, and he is a menace in this game. They get down the Scion, and I think right now there should realistically be pings going for probably a Baron pool, I'd imagine. But it looks like they're going for the Drake instead. If they can secure this, it is Soul Point. Yeah, with the Evelyn alive, I think they need to be a little respectful. But yeah, that is still a resounding teamfight win for them. Gonna mean in 5 minutes when the Soul is finally up, the fight will be really difficult for the Piggies, right? Because we mentioned it in Champion Select, they're a pick comp. And their 5v5 up against this MacMoodies draft is just weaker. And you know, with the Aurelia as behind as she is, and with the Scion as behind as he is, it's kind of hard for them to really, you know, fight in an open field. They don't have that kind of, they don't have those facilities, you know. They need to play in the bush. They need to find
the facilities.
Yeah, they do.
But one of the things, if we remove the first death that Toki has, it looks like an insane scoreline. 808 would be 808.
Oh, to be fair, I'd say 818 is not even that bad. You know, he's still super strong right now. 2.3k up on Sunny. And you know, we spoke about it a little bit in the pre-game, but Sunny is the highest ranked player here for the Piggies, and when he gets ahead, he can really dominate a game. But in this game, when the laning phase really should have been for him, they should be able to kill him, I think. Look, hold up though, they can't even. The shot's gonna come out, they're gonna get Caitlyn down. Cataclysm locks in 2 people. Lux is trying her hardest to help out Scion. Scion gets away just because of the blast cone, but that's gonna be Poseidon picking up Cudder, and that is 2 kills for nothing here on the side of MacMoodies, and they're gonna start running down this Scion. He's gonna charge up the Q. He knows he's dead. They can't do anything about it. And that's the 10th kill here for Toki. He is looking strong right now. And yeah, someone just pointed out in the Twitch chat, he didn't actually go for the shield bow. He went for the I can't remember the name of this item because it has such a weird name. It's like C44 or something.
Range plate.
Hex Optic C44.
Hex Optic. Yeah, Hex Optic.
Yeah, Hex Optic C44.
One of the new items.
Yeah, it's the AD carry crit item that cares about your max range, if I remember correctly. So only really Jinx and Caitlyn build it at the moment, but currently Caitlyn doesn't have the cash to buy it.
We do have a fight.
Oh, hold up. Final Spark comes out there. Doesn't actually land.
They just give it up.
Oh. They're going to hit the TY for the leash in the all chat there.
Ooh. We do have the replay here. Big Tom, this is supposed to be a pick comp, and they're unable to get the picks. That's the issue.
Yeah. I think the problem there was target selection, right? They don't have the damage to kill Shen. If they did that on anybody else, it works out. But Shen, he's a little too survivable. He's level 15. He's got 2 items that are giving him HP right now and resistances. You know, he's just not the guy that you can really take that kind of fight to when you are 5k down. And so yeah, we see they end up taking a little too long. The Mandem were able to, you know, transition from the mid push over to helping Poseidon, and yeah, they turn that one around right there. They happily take that 3 kills, transition it into a Baron, and yeah, currently 6.4k in the lead. They are, one thing I will say though, they seem to be having major issues sieging right now. So if they cannot siege with this Baron buff, I do worry for MacMoodies, because you know, they've only got 3 turrets down right now. We can see that they should in theory be hammering on this T2 mid, but they're struggling to keep the waves alive here. And you know, the C blank is going to eat damage there. And what it really means is, despite having the Baron buff, they need to win a fight to be able to siege. Or more accurately, they just can't siege. They need to win a fight to take turrets. Seeing the Baron here on this cannon minion is going to slowly chip away. Aurelia's looking here. She's fishing for the stun, but she gets caught in the chompers, and it just doesn't matter. She's going to get shot down from afar, and that is Toki legendary. Meanwhile, Evelyn tried with the flank, and she just gets obliterated. Who is the burst champion in this game right now? Is it Jarvan or Evelyn? Because I've been seeing a ton of damage out of this J4. And we're going to see the flash, flag, and drag, and that is another kill. I think this might be the game-winning push here they might be able to go for it. We're going to see the aggressive flash hit out of the Jinx. Jinx is going to chase under the turret. Super Mega Death Rocket is going to get the second kill. And yeah, this has got to be game. I think this is, their wave is coming. They don't have anything to tank the turret though, so it might not be. We'll have to see. Can Sion do anything? I don't think he can. He's going to get locked up. The chain CC and his health bar is just a sacrifice. Nobody's up for another 5 seconds, and with how strong this Jinx is, the game is just a wrap. Game 1 to MacMoodies Mandem. That was a banger of a 27-minute game. Holy. The first like 10 to 15 minutes, it was so hard to even tell who was going to come out of it, right? But
they were just trading blow for blow.
There was a point maybe about like, I'd say 15 to 17 minutes in, around about second or third Drake, where I think the game kind of blew wide open and MacMoodies Mandem ran away with the lead from that point. But yeah, no, GG here for MacMoodies Mandem. They are going to take the series to match point. They only need one more win to lock themselves into top 8 here. And for Cudder's Cuties, they're going to have to run it back to back if they want to try and secure their place in playoffs. Yeah, nearly triple the damage off of that Jinx. It's very difficult. I mean, well, now that I look at it, I think the damage on almost everybody is close to double, right? So Shen dealt 19 to Sion's 12. Yeah. J4 dealt 19.5 to Evelyn's 10. Oriana dealt 18 to Aurelia's 11. And then Jinx dealt 29 to the Caitlyn's 10. It was just a really... It seems like in practice, outside of lane, it was very, very hard for Caitlyn to actually get damage out. It was very hard for the Caitlyn to be able to push anything meaningful. And the fact that Lux has more damage than Caitlyn in this game shows how difficult of a game it was for Caitlyn to have impact. Which is crazy when you think about it, because when we were talking about the draft, I was like, oh, Caitlyn Lux, they're going to run lane. Caitlyn Lux are going to be so hard to deal with. And
they did for like 3 minutes. As soon as they returned to lane and they traded kills back, they traded the 2 kills to Jinx, it started going downhill for them. What I would say is primarily it just seems like a team draft difference. I mean, they have a very clear win condition. You just have the Shockwave ball combo. You have Shen looking to come in, whereas Cudder's Piggies just went for a weird pick calm with the Irelia mid. It seems kind of all over the place team-wise.
This is it was kind of what I was talking about a little bit with the Evelynn, right? I think that Evelynn is a really hard champion to slot in a competitive 5v5 environment. She's I don't know, she's great in solo queue, don't get me wrong, because you can really punish people for not paying attention, but you know,
but in 5v5 when everyone's on mic, it automatically just drops in value.
No, for sure. Although, let's see, did the payout go out yet for I did, yeah. So wait, no one voted on MacMoodies, so someone just lost 1,000 stimos. Unlucky, bro. Unlucky. Nobody wins apart from MacMoodies.
Wow.
That's so crazy. But yeah, all right, we're gonna cut to a break.
Stimo coins?
Just by watching the stream. So
okay.
Like, you watch the stream, you passively get it. The more you watch the stream, the more Stimo coins you get. You can bet them on the game, and then you win them by picking the right team. So, you know, all of the 0 people who voted for MacMoodies, congratulations, you won 1,000 coins. Unfortunately, nobody voted for them, so it's I guess that makes it a surprise, I guess. By the way, we're gonna cut to a break here, guys. We will see all of you in about 5 minutes when hopefully we will be in draft for game 2. right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with the MiniLCS Winter Open 2026. It is the 12th of February, and it still feels wrong to say 2026. Do you relate to that at all? Is that just me? Time is going by.
2025 still feels bad for me. I mean, I feel like 2020 was fun because, like, hey, it's 2020, like Division. But ever since then, it's just been downhill year-wise. I feel like 2030 might be the good old comeback for like feeling comfortable with the years.
I feel that, honestly. It has been very quick, and not maybe as quick as that game was. You know, that was a very fast-paced game one we just had. They just didn't stop fighting, and I think, you know, at first it seemed kind of even, but, you know, the chaotic nature of it ended up going the side of the Mandem towards the end of it there. You know, they, about 17 minutes into that game, they just kind of blew the casket off of that game and just kind of, you know, just kept the train rolling. Well, speaking of rolling, hold up, we're going into, oh, is this the new graphic for the Fearless Ting? Oh, Aaron, a man after my own heart. What is this? This is beautiful. I appreciate this. Good work. You still haven't turned the animations off yet, but you know, the overlay looks very nice. I appreciate it. But let's have a look. All right, what are we saying here? So MacMoodies, Mandem, they've taken away the Gwen, the Katarina, and the Yunara. So they got rid of, I believe those are the same bans from game one as well. So we have made 0 changes here.
Yeah, it seems very similar.
I think the Gwen is a ban against their jungler. They just don't want Vrail to have it as a champion. We haven't seen him play yet, but it is in his repertoire. Katarina is, well, you know, their mid laner's eponymous character. His name is literally Cat Arena for a reason.
I feel like,
yeah, so
that's a gimme.
Yeah, and then the Yunara is a very safe, very strong hyper-scaling carry. So, you know, I like the takeaway for that as well. Meanwhile, the Piggies, they got rid of the Yone and the Nefiri and the Mundo. So Mundo here, I imagine, is a pinch at Poseidon. He's someone that loves to play these weak side champions that can kind of become massive beefy champs later. That's why they took away the Scion. They took away, you know, they played the Shen, and now with the Mundo out, we're gonna have to see whether or not they can do anything with it.
Okay, this is interesting.
Really like the Piggies draft. I was gonna say I really like the Piggies draft here. So let me dissect a little bit. So this Rise, it has been played in 2 consecutive series by MacMoodies Mandem. It is 1-1 right now. The game that it won because of the fact that the enemy team couldn't kill it fast enough. So Ko has been building it in such a way where it's almost tanky. So he will get the Thimble Winter as well, right? So he'll have like double double tier? No, on Rise. Double tier on Rise. Okay. So it's, if I remember correctly, you go like Seraph Embrace, then I think obviously Rod of Ages is in there. Actualizer, I think, is the 4th item, and Thimble Winter is third.
So it's like triple tier. You just essentially build every tier item besides
close enough. Sojin? Yeah, other than Diadem, right? I think Diadem is the only one. And Manamune, yeah. Other than those, no. It's just it's Thimble Winter and Seraphs. But the thing is it makes him kind of unkillable, and his damage is still really high. So that's one thing that I think really works for the Rise. But the problem is in the game they lost because of range advantage. They faced an Aurelion Soul, and the Aurelion Soul just gets to kill Rise before Rise ever gets within range. And Azir can kind of do that. And we've seen also Katarina has played the Azir twice, both one win, both one loss. So in the game that Katarina won on the Azir, it was because the lane was kind of free and they got to just kind of play the game how they wanted to. And in the second game, they were up against an Akali that really fucking busted their balls. Like, it was just like they couldn't live in the lane after level 6 without just getting dove, and with the jungle help as well, it was really rough. So again, this Katarina matchup, I'm very interested to see how it goes. In terms of the rest of the draft here, though, we could see Xin Zhao, Poppy in the support here, and Siva for the bot lane for the Piggies. So they have a lot of really good late game scaling. Meanwhile, MacMoodies, they have Ambessa in the jungle, Corki Karma bot lane, so a very poke-heavy Enchanter bot lane, and then Malphite and Rise in top and mid respectively. So
I mean, it's looking like they just have poke in the bot lane, and then everyone else just wants to go in. Mordekai's a top lane as the counter pick, so that means it's Poppy support.
Yeah, it was always going to be the Poppy support, I think. Yeah, it's going to be a rough lane, to be honest.
Not a great matchup. Yeah.
And I think that the Piggies
stop the Valkyrie though. I feel like if you don't really want to engage onto the Karma, but if you're able to engage onto the Corki, being able to put up the Poppy W and just say you can no longer Valkyrie, or if you do Valkyrie, you're gonna get stunned, which is even worse, is very good for them if they're looking to get a pick. But
yeah, no,
I feel like it's gonna be the jungle. It's gonna come down to the jungle this game.
Yeah, I like the fact that Vrail is on a traditional jungler now, as opposed to the Evelynn. I think that the Evelynn might have been a little bit ego, to be honest. And Xin Zhao is a very safe jungle champion right now. He does a great job of keeping Sivir safe. You know, if the Ambessa comes in with public execution, if the Corki comes in with the Valkyrie, you know, he can just immediately press R, fling them off of Sivir, fling them off of Azir, and then it's now Azir and Sivir's job to deal the damage, right? I think if we go to 30 minutes in this game and everybody gets 4 items, I actually much favor the Piggies draft here because they outrange the Rise. So Rise is gonna have a hard time getting in and being able to damage these carries, right? And you know, even if he does, Mordekai's a death realm. It's such a problem though.
They have Mordekai's a death realm, they have the Azir wall, they have Poppy W, they have Xin ult, they have Sivir popping the ult and just running away. It's going to be quite hard for them to get an engage.
Yeah, oh, hold up, I forgot I was the party leader, my bad guys. There we go, we are in. So our 5-minute wait begins now. Speaking of waiting, we got the points going, guys. Get your predictions in. MacMoodies, Mandem, Cudder's Piggies, who's gonna win game 2? Will MacMoodies make top 8? Or are Cudder's Piggies gonna give us a series today? We can already see 6 times the amount of coinage that went on the last prediction has gone on this one. We got 6k going in for the Mandem, 1k for the Piggies so far.
I'm allowed to bet, right?
Yeah, 100%.
We're not allowed to bet
as long as
the timer's down?
You're allowed to bet. You can 100% put money in.
No, but
I'll put your Stimmer coins in. No, I can still predict. But so if I can predict, you can predict. You just hit the predict button in the top right corner and go from there. So I got 1.2k. Just to even things out, I'm gonna put my 1.2k on Cudder's Piggies, even though I do actually prefer. I think if the game stays short, if the MacMoodies Mandem take the fights that they want to take here, you know, if they can dictate the pace of the game should finish before Azir and Sivir really get online. Corki with Karma, incredibly difficult lane to play into for the Sivir, incredibly difficult for the Poppy as well. She's not going to be able to do anything this entire game. Meanwhile, we look topside as Mordekaiser into Malphite. Should be a steady winning lane for the Mord, but you know, we're not picking Malphite for the for the lane win. We're picking Malphite for the unstoppable force in a team fight. Yeah, exactly. We're picking him for the.
We're gonna send him into the Azir, into the Sivir. They do have ways to outplay it. Azir can dash away. Sivir can spell shield the unstoppable force. But it does look like late game Piggies should definitely have quite an edge, but early game MacMoodies should just look to steal the game away, and they have a bit of insurance policy because Malphite and Rise are really good champions to have in any late game team fights.
No, 100%. Although we do actually have confirmation. I thought it was Ambessa jungle and Malphite top. It is not. It is actually Ambessa top and Malphite jungle, yes.
That is... that's an interesting strategy. So
well, for me, I think it's... He's not going to be able to gank mid. Let's put it that way. But I think every other lane is super gankable still. But yeah, mid lane, Azir is going to be able to just use a Sand Soldier and dash 72 miles away, and you know you're not going to do anything to it. But I don't think the lane was massively gankable as Ambessa either, to be honest with you. Until both of them have ult, Azir will be able to just kind of shimmy away. One of the few things he's very good at.
Does have a much better lane into Mordekaiser than Malphite
I agree.
does.
I think that Ambessa has a much more equal lane against Mordekaiser. Yeah, she can actually outplay him, and you know, there's a lot of skill expression with the Ambessa that we might see here, depending on how well Poseidon can actually pilot the champion. But yeah, I think they still provide the same things here in terms of the team fight, right? Which is Ambessa's going to be looking for angles for the public execution onto the Sivir, onto the Azir, and Malphite's looking for those multi-man unstoppable force. You know, that's what he's looking for. I'm interested to see how he builds though, because right now, my understanding, the best way to build Malphite jungle, you can either go PTA or electrocute. And then you want Zeke's Convergence as soon as humanly possible, because that item gives insane stats. It makes things really hard for people to deal with them. Yeah, exactly. It's only 2250, I think. 2250. It gives you ultimate ability haste. Ultimate ability haste on a champion like Malphite, where most of the kit's power budget is in his ultimate, is super strong. It also gives him an AoE slow when he ultimate, so it's like, oh no, I got knocked up, and now trying to get away is even harder. And it also has damage, but the damage is kind of negligible.
Yeah.
Well, they could fully just go. They could just fully go full AP. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I would prefer the magical Bombarder. Like, I feel like you have enough of a semi-front line.
Sorry, I need to respond to someone in the Twitch chat that's saying phase rush Malphite jungle is the way to go. That does not sound right to me, especially considering they just nerfed phase rush. Like that might be a you specific cook, bro. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's the tech everybody else is going with right now. I need to quickly check. I'm going to quickly check online and see what people are saying. I'm seeing PTA as normal. If you want to go tank, I'm seeing AP, you go electrocute. The phase rush, that sounds... I mean, I'd be more than welcome to see what that cook is. Feel free to pull it out in your game against Dangerous Game. I would love to see it, but I'm not convinced right now. I don't know. Your words have not convinced me. I'm going to have to see it in action.
Yeah,
we don't know what that game is yet, though. We'll see.
Malphite jungle is, you know, very boring, and like maybe we'll get one gank off pre-6. Post-6 is when it really comes online. Really,
yeah, I think his ganks early are they're not the worst. They're not the worst by any imagination, in my opinion. Like, his Q being able to slow people down and simultaneously giving him speed means, like, if they have any form of setup CC in the lane, so awkwardly in this game there isn't any, because, you know, Ambessa has nothing to set up with until 6. Bot lane, Karma Tether, like, really, if you get set up CC'd by Karma Tether, you were in a terrible position to begin with. There's no legal way she gets to set up a gank with Tether. And then Rise W is okay, but it's not great. And with how short the mid lane is and how mobile the Azir is, there's no way for him to really find ganks. But we'll see how he goes. I agree with you that once he hits 6, when he gets unstoppable force, it's going to be way more problematic for the Piggies. But right now, hopefully we should be... Oh, never mind. I was about to say we should be getting into game soon, but I can see that Aaron has put a handy dandy timer. Yeah, we have like a minute.
Handy dandy timer.
Yeah, exactly.
Bot lane wise, I think it's gonna come down to Xinzao looking to gank bot. I feel like a lot of the value of Poppy support just goes out the window if they just allow bot lane to just trade and go even, because Karma is a lot stronger as a support. I mean, Poppy, you pick into what? Pantheon? You pick into engaged supports that are looking to jump your AD carry to be able to protect. Otherwise, the value of Poppy W just goes completely out the window if no one is interacting with them.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the ideal scenario for this Poppy in this game is that they send a lot of action early and she can find stuns with her E. I don't think you want her to be a purely defensive tool in this game, because if she's purely defensive, all she's gonna do is stand around and like just get poked, you know? She provides no extra utility outside of steadfast presence, you know? You really want that kind of, you want the E to be able to, you know, be able to lock someone down. I mean, even, I don't think it's commonplace now, but it used to be commonplace that you would play her with Hail of Blades in the support role. And, you know, that we were like a damage threat at that point, because you would E someone, EQ, 3 auto attacks, they're pretty much dead at that point.
I mean,
the base
Hail of
damage is so
Blades
high.
on supports is just crazy value. Just
it can be,
jump
yeah,
someone
100%.
and just start autoing. Alright, I'm really interested in the rune pages for this game. I feel like it's going to be very interesting, and there'll be a lot of information in the rune page. Let's see. Dark Harvest Malphite.
Dark Harvest
we'll get it?
Malphite, holy fuck.
Yes, sir. Full AP.
Man, I think it's going to be PTA. Yeah, it was PTA.
PTA.
Nice.
Makes sense. Malphite
Phase Rush
is a
on the
very good
rise as
stat
well. I was gonna say Phase Rush on the rise makes sense as well. It did just get nerfed, but it's still best in set for him. Like, that's just the awkward reality, I think. Well, we see double lethal tempo here for the Azir and the Sivir. So if these fights go long in the late game, they're going to be churning out damage with the auto attacks through lethal tempo. Meanwhile, we got Conqueror for Mordekaiser, Conqueror for Xin Zhao, Conqueror for the Corki as well. So he's also going to be looking to heal up in these fights with the extra damage and the healing off of Conqueror. Meanwhile, Poseidon has gone for Grasp of the Undying, so he's looking for the short trades in this lane, which makes sense. I think it very much fits with the profile of I'm trying to fight Mordekaiser. You know, Mordekaiser wants the long fights. He wants to have his passive up. He wants to, you know, take those kind of extended trades. Meanwhile, Ambessa doesn't dislike those, but yeah, Ambessa doesn't dislike long trades.
Get a grasp and leave.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you queue in, you hit for the grasp, you queue out, and you make it impossible for him to be able to fight you.
Might have a solo kill.
That was very close to a first blood there from the Ambessa. I really like that play there by Poseidon. Super clean. And with the flash down here,
really aggressive in the previous game, where
sure.
Shen just didn't really help him out. His pick didn't really help him, whereas Ambessa is able to be a lot more aggressive, especially with biscuits.
Yeah. The mobility provided by her abilities, and look there, you get it just there, first blood. Although on the other side of the map we see a 3-camp gank here by Vrail. Toki's gonna get punished there. They were a little too aggressive, and he caught with the flash E from the Poppy, and that's gonna be 2 quick kills here over to Cudder's Piggies. So just like, I think not really respecting the potential there of the 3-camp gank from the Xin Zhao, and that's gonna give complete lane control here in the early game over to the Sivir, I imagine. I'm gonna do the little replay here.
Yeah, here we get another replay of the solo kill.
Yeah, very clean, very quick. Him with the emote as well after the first blood.
Let's see the game. I think it's W. Oh no W there for the Poppy. I thought Poppy had the steadfast presence, and as such didn't allow, but it just went down at level 2.
No, she's she's only level 2, so she has QE. I don't know if the damage off of Q was integral there in that play, but you know what? It worked out for them. I think the main thing there is just Toki and Dayol just not really thinking, there might be a gank coming, you know? Because 9 times out of 10, most junglers in the current meta will just do a full clear. So as soon as they got information that Xin Zhao was starting bot side, they were like, he's not gonna gank us, we're free to push as much as we want. Like how they're doing right now, right? Like they know he's top side because his camps are up top side, so they're just, okay, we get to win and abuse the lane right now. But Sivir got a Cole and some boots, so it's going to be a significantly harder time for them right now to punish her. She's going to be able to dodge more abilities, get out faster. Oh, maybe caught here. This is a 3v2 though. We see Poseidon is actually pathed down, and that's where we see the flash from Vrail earlier being punished, trying to fight over that second crab. And yeah, just a little bit more coordination, a little bit more team play there by the Mandem. they're gonna catch Vrail out, and as quick as he got kills, he gets killed. So rough times
just
there.
trading bloodthirsty game. 2 kills for each team.
Yeah, we're at kill a minute now, and this is where you see the fight here we just seen. That was what we were describing earlier, right? You know, the Ambessa kind of wants the short trades. She wants the in and out trades. She got stuck there in the Mordekaiser passive, and immediately she was like, all right, I'm flashing. I don't want to take this fight anymore. I might die. And now that's a 5-minute cooldown for her. You know, she's not going to be able to do that again for a while. So it might dictate how she plays the rest of the lane for the next 5 minutes.
Does have
by the time hold up. No, oh, what was that public execution, Ivan? No. Oh.
You have another game going down
bad.
in bot lane.
It's unfortunate. Oh, hold up. This is a 3v2 though. The tether there by Karma is going to actually keep them alive. And really good there for the Mandem to actually survive that play. You know, they know that the Corki flash is still down. I don't know if they knew Barrier was still down, but Vrail's gonna try and convert this. You know, okay, we didn't get the kill, let's go for that first dragon. And yeah, man, that I'm still reeling over the top lane play. That was a second solo kill if he just landed R, but unfortunately he doesn't. Oh, they're gonna have to drop off on this Drake. Yeah, it's a very narrow skill shot. I've been trying to learn her in jungle so that we can flex it for my team, and yeah, just that one wasn't landing, bro. That was a predictive one where it's like, oh, he's definitely gonna walk left, and he just didn't.
Yeah, but what is he? Is he gonna walk towards like your turret there? I feel like you could have gone.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It was just a bad prediction. Yeah.
You missed, but you missed on the wrong side.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
You could have gone for the prediction. We do have Xin topside though. See if they're looking. Not really. They're backing off.
I don't think that they want the fight, to be honest with you. I think that the Ambessa, at the health total that TM Opera O is at right now, if Ambessa pulls him in, if he pulls Ambessa in for the Death Realm, he'll still lose. So. Xin Zhao being nearby won't change that fact, right? So yeah, they just carry on with the full clear. You see Xin Zhao's gonna reset here. He's sitting on 2 parts of his Eclipse right now, so he's getting close to a first item power spike. If we look at the rest of the builds everybody has here, we can see it looks like Eclipse for the Xin Zhao, Sunfire for the Malphite. Needs the Balmy Cinder to clear faster, right? And then everybody else is pretty ambiguous. I assume that Sheen is going into an Essence Reaver for the Corki. The extra mana he gets off of it is going to make it really easy for him to trade in lane. We're speaking about mana. We're going to see Realm Warp comes out. They get the flash immediately out of Sunny, and now Cudder's going to take a ton of damage. Burns his flash too. Rise is trying to do something there, but they're going to have to just accept 2 flashes and get out there. But look, Vrail is nearby. He is pulling the Grom towards the fight. So he's kind of trying to make sure that they don't get dove. Works out for them here. Ko's gonna base. I do want to say that the lane here, the Rise Azir matchup, has been way less punishing for Katarina. He's actually getting to play this game, which is nice, because on the Aurelia, it felt like he was having a very bad time.
Yeah, I feel like he was a bit too aggressive. He knew that he took Ignite. Ooh, we do have a lot.
Oh, we're in the Death Realm now. I think there should be a solo kill here for TM Opera O. Yeah, it's gonna just be, again, this is a prime example of Ambessa wants the short trades, right? She doesn't want to take the long trades against the Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser wins those every time, and for someone who's, I mean, she's still 20 CS up, but you know, that's a solo kill we didn't need to give up. And now Corki might be caught out here, gonna have the Poppy E come out. Ultimate comes out as well, and she's about half HP, but here comes Blank. TP coming in here. Gonna be Mordekaiser joining the fray.
Azir.
Oh, it was Azir, never mind.
Yeah, Azir joined the fray. Doesn't really seem... No. Yeah, it seems like they're just trading neutrals.
Yeah, I think there might be a play to be had here, depending on what Azir wants to do. If Azir and the bot lane move towards the Drake, they might get a pick, but they choose not to here. Malphite trying his best here to get this crab, but Azir is contesting him. Okay, gonna see the shuffle come in. Emperor's Divide pulled him over, and the camera just doesn't want us to see what happened.
It seems like they just disengaged.
From what I can see of the summoners, Code burnt Flash and Ghost immediately. So yeah, it looks like it was just okay. You boinked us into your team, into your Xinjiao win now.
They all stacked on top of each other. That's a two-man shot.
Ooh. It was very clean there for MacMoodies.
Yeah, now Blank first Malphite ult of the game. Been power farming otherwise, but yeah, that's the problem with Malphite. If you just allow him to scale up, his ult is quite good for ganking people. Oh, we get a replay, so we get to see what happened here. Huh?
Yeah, so then we're gonna go Shurima shuffle, immediate flash. Yeah, I like the decisiveness there from the Rise, you know. And yeah, here we go for the bot play. They do lock up Karma, but they don't have the damage. And when the unstoppable force comes out, it's just a quick 2 kills. You know, not much else to really be said. It's done and dusted. And we can see the Malphite has the Kindle gem. I'm not gonna say it's definitely a Zeke's. But Kindle Gem probably is a Zeke's. You know, I think the item is so valuable on the Malphite, and hold up, we're having a really weird little trade here. This is kind of, yeah, I was gonna say with the lethal tempo, you know, it was it looked questionable until he got lethal tempo, and then it was like, oh, hold up, this is kind of going in his favor. But he's kind of low. Yeah, he does. Yeah,
advantage, and he still loses that. Comes behind on that trade. Ooh.
Hex Flash there, looking for something, but didn't quite find it there. Cudder ambitious on the Poppy, who's going for Deadman's Plate first here, it looks like. And that's a fairly bog standard build though for the Poppy, because you need the extra movement speed to find angles with her E. Without the movement speed, she kind of struggles to find anything with the ability, so nice trading here.
It's gonna be a 3v3, seems like, in bot lane.
Yeah, they don't know Vrail's there. This is the second time Vrail has done this as well, by the way. He did it on the Evelyn as well.
They don't know about Blank.
Yeah, you're right.
Knows
they don't. Yeah, they just cleared vision to let him get here. Gonna see the base come out here by Xinjiao. Base also by Blank. Is this the play no one knew about, and yet somehow neither of them did it? The invisible 3v3. Jesus. Oh, really nice Shurima shuffle there by Katarina. Gonna catch Ko out, but now here comes Blank, and they're gonna have a flash here by Azir to keep himself alive. Rail is also there to keep him safe, and then the camera brings us back down here to the bot lane where we got some trading going on.
In the death round, so that might be a solo kill.
Every lane right now. Holy. Bot quest popped there just for the Corki. Gonna get a good little cash injection. Then he gets to move his boots when he finishes them into the quest slot. And they might be looking here on this Rise. Rise is not respecting. He pops the ghost. He's looking for something here, but we can't quite see where he's going with it. Unfortunate for him there, he is gonna go down. It looks like on response, we're gonna maybe get a kill here onto the Mordekaiser. About Blank gonna take that 4th kill of the game here for the sorry, not the Mordekaiser, the Malphite even. And that is looking strong right there. I think, yeah, there we go. Zeke's convergence finished for the Malphite. He is on a very early 13-minute 2-item power spike, and he's going to be Thanos here for the rest of this next 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, but the issue with being full tank Malphite is that you provide your ultimate, and then you don't really do that much. I mean, yeah, you have PTA, so you can like try to stat check people, but essentially, if you're just allowing Azir and Sivir to free hit you, you will die eventually. So a lot of gold on the Malphite doesn't really mean that much. They would much rather have it on Core or on Poseidon. Ooh, you haven't engaged a ball, right?
Yeah. Oh, hold up. That was a questionable flash there by Toki. Worried he was going to get hit by the Poppy R and ended up preemptively flashing. But Ko is here. Look what we might have happening. We see nice little damage hit onto Vrail. Vrail has to flash immediately to get himself to safety.
Unstoppable force.
And, I see someone in the Twitch chat scripting flash. That's crazy. I mean, maybe, who knows? I would say from the rest of his gameplay, probably not. I don't think it looked like scripting, but yeah, that flash was pretty suspect. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little paranoid, maybe. Yeah, so Drake has just been finished here.
Ooh,
Hold up, we're gonna see the shuffle again. It looks like Ko is just gonna get popped, and this is very much a stark difference from game one, right? Game one at this point, Katarina was like 1-6. And hold up though, bot lane fight's gonna go down. Karma's very close to dying here. Here comes Blank, gonna get the 5th kill here on the Malphite, and look at the damage coming out of him here, alongside the Zeeks and the PTA, and that's 2 kills over to MacMoodies. They have maintained this 1k gold lead. That is a good chunk of damage here onto the Mordekaiser, but you know, we don't know where the rest of the Piggies are right now, and so maybe we need to play with a little respect here. You know, we do have equal items in the top lane right now. It's not like there's an advantage for Ambessa. And yeah, with the Azir, with the Xin Zhao gone, they don't know where they are, and we might be seeing a 3-man situation here onto Ambessa. Death Realm is procced, but he gets straight to that turret. Okay, they're popping the Herald here in the top lane. So Poseidon knows he's 1v3. We can look at the Karma and the Malphite. They are coming. Eventually they will get here, but can Poseidon live long enough? He's trying his best here, but I don't think he's gonna live. Azir is gonna get it. They finish. Oh, sorry, Mordekaiser got it, in fact. But now here comes the Malphite. Malphite's taking so much damage from this Azir, though. It's exactly as you said. Without them being able to get onto the Azir just shreds him, and he goes down immediately.
If Blank had the unstoppable force, that fight would have gone very differently.
Yeah. He needs to get onto Azir there, because if he doesn't get onto him, he is going to die. And yeah, you can see that damage dealt all game. We can see 9k here on the Azir. I think Katarina's been having a field day in this game. Literally double the damage of the Rise. And that is purely based on range advantage, right? It's super hard for the Rise to play this lane, because Azir can just poke him from a very safe distance. Yeah, this replay here.
We do get the replay of the dive on bot. Oh, it was the second bomber. Very nice max range ult.
Yeah, I think they just didn't know he was there. Yeah, he came from above, right? So I guess they kind of tunneled onto the fight. They did have a ward there, but I guess they just didn't see him, or by the time they saw it, he was... Yeah, I think he could have, but you know, I think the comms here are probably... Yeah, I was gonna say the comms were probably, he's coming, just like, you know, we can find this, we're there, right?
We're coming, fight. And
then, we're dying. Oh, shit. And then Karma runs away. Yeah. But yeah, it's a rough one there, and I think this 1.6k gold lead right now for Katarina is the beacon of hope right now for Cudder's Piggies. This Azir pick is doing a ton of work, and I fear how they will shut her down. Ooh, public execution comes out. They get the Realm Warp as well. TP is going to come out. They don't have this. Okay, the Realm Warp finishes, and they do get the solo here. There we go. He also commits the Emperor's Divide, but yeah. TP down, Emperor's Divide down. Drake is up in 90 seconds, so you know he's not going to be able to be in a side lane. It is, yeah. He burnt Flash too. He burnt literally everything and still died. Top lane here though. I don't know if you win this. Mordekaiser's still pretty strong, and this is just a bad fight here objectively for the Malphite. He is going to go down, and now with all the extra resists onto the Mordekaiser, we're going to have another 1v1. I don't know if you guys win this. He's quite low HP, but like he's got tons of shielding from W, and now the fight is on his side. There we go. Toki has to show up to bring the damage, and they finally get him. But now, with what, 40 seconds until Drake, Blank is going to be coming out of spawn. And we can see the Piggies have okay setup around it already. They've sent Sunny mid to catch the wave. They've got push here in the mid lane. They've got Katarina shoving the bot lane as well. Ko is going to be there to catch that wave though, and Toki here in the mid as well. Let's get the bot lane matchup in this game is significantly closer than it was in game 1 as well. I think the Sivir and the Azir have had a much easier time getting into this game. Azir didn't know that the Ryze was in that bush, so he's going to take a little bit of damage, but it's not too much. He's sitting on Shadow Flame now as well, so he's on 2 items. He's pretty fucking strong right now.
Quite strong.
Drake is up. They need to catch him. Oh, Emperor's Divide is going to come out. Ryze takes tons of damage there, but Katarina's on his own, and he's going to get obliterated there. 2 members here sent away with the Poppy ult, and now as quickly as it looked like it might be MacMoodies favored, oh, Porky's not in the fight, Malphite's not in the fight, Poseidon's dead now, and now it's a 4v2. Ryze has to leave. He doesn't have TP, and this should just be a forfeit of the Drake. Could have been 3rd Drake here for MacMoodies, but unfortunately they just don't have the facilities to get in right now. We don't have unstoppable force. He flashes it for the steal. How did he get that? That was illegal. There's no way he gets that for free. Surely he dies here. Realm is coming in. Toki's in to keep him alive. He's almost out. Xin Zhao commits here, but Xin Zhao takes tons of damage for it. Sivir's burn flash aggressively to just try and get something, but she goes down as well. No way. Okay, now finally the play actually goes for the Piggies, but it's actually kind of equal. This is a mess. Okay, Mordekaiser's trying. Mordekaiser Death Realms onto Ko. He's gonna try and chase down this Ryze. Vrail is here, but I don't think Vrail can do anything really. Ko does finally go down, and I think that's everything. Surely that's everything. Daeol is trying to keep this going, but Poseidon is here now. Poseidon's gonna help make sure they get that kill. Vrail's gonna pop the ultimate here. Xin Zhao surely goes down here. This is a full HP level 14 Ambessa. And
I think that's good for MacMoodies. I mean, they got the Drake.
Yeah.
They're on soul points. They killed Katarina, like,
insane play by the Malphite, honestly. Looks like Karma might be dead here, but they are just not respecting the Ambessa. Ambessa comes in with the public execution, and she's gonna shut down Sunny. 2 and 4 on the Sivir, and that was just greed there by the Piggies. They definitely tunneled on the idea that they deserved the kill on the Karma, and they just ignored Ambessa. And Ambessa is someone you cannot just ignore. You know, she's sitting on a clip. She's level 14. She's strong. Azir is here. They might be able to punish a blank, but it looks like they just about saved their turret instead. And
that was definitely
we're finally at a moment of peace. Aaron, you run that replay, please, bro. We need to see that dragon fight again. That was.
Could we also get you lack the facility? No, not the. This is engaged. I think they run too many ults here. They're running too many ults. It's essentially a free kill. Oh, and they do get booked. That's a very nice Poppy ult coming in there.
Yeah, the Poppy ult is the only reason this play looks favored for Cudder's Piggies initially, right? Ryze is out of the fight. There's nothing they can do. They didn't have vision. He just flashed it. He just actually balls to the wall, and it works for him. Is insane. And then now we get the extended fight where this is again, I think Cudders are like, damn, our playoffs hopes are on the line. We have to make something work here because they just kind of made us look like a bitch. And so they go in, they hard commit, and the fight is kind of equal, to be honest with you. Like, Mordekaiser gets kited here. They send so much to try and kill the Ryze, and then the time it takes them to finish this kill. Just look at Ambessa. Look at they continue chasing.
Now
and Ambessa
the issue is Ambessa's coming.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
full HP.
And it's just easy.
Yeah.
I feel like
as soon as the Ambessa gets in,
on Katarina,
it's really hard.
Katarina,
yes, there is still 1.1k. He went top there, so yeah.
He went top, decided to split. again, I don't know if that's a communication issue coming in, but that fight went ridiculously long. If Katarina was there,
several people died at the beginning of it and made it to the end of it. Oh, big shielding here onto Toki, but it's not going to matter. He does just go down. And what I do want to say is the gold lead is still in favor of the Piggies, even though that fight went poorly, right? We haven't spoken about it yet, but the Mountain Soul is nearly theirs. They need one more Drake to get it. Death Realm is going to come out here onto the Malphite. Mordekaiser is not targetable, and he has the Cavalry coming in. TP burnt there for the Azir as well. Gonna have to use the Unstoppable Force just to get to safety, but that was a very wide Emperor's Divide, and Dale gets caught for no clear reason. I think they maybe tunneled on the idea that they can actually make a play because they, he punted like bad ult, but no. With Poseidon not nearby and your team a little bit too far away, Karma is going to go down, and we see pings here onto the Baron. So it looks like we might have a 4-man Baron attempt here. TP, Poseidon is on his way. We're on 10k health on the Baron right now. We have seen Blank steal literally 2 minutes ago. Public execution's going to come out. Mordekaiser gets locked down, but they are able to shut down the Ambessa. He can't move for a couple seconds, but look at this fight. This is kind of favorable for the MacMoodies Mandem right now. They have torn down the Piggies, and it is going to be a free Baron for them. They get an ace, they get the Baron, they flip the gold lead, and it's kind of looking like a 2-0 angle right now. I'm not going to lie to you. This is kind of harsh.
Not looking great for the Piggies.
They are
almost like they
very much behind now. And we have 50 seconds until the next Drake. Like, they're not in a position to contest this next dragon. We can see Katarina is up. Katarina will have his ulti. Emperor's Divide is up in 5. So he's ready for the fight. But will his team be ready for the fight is the question. And so here, run me through this play. Give me the kind of the play for play on it.
I mean, it's just Death Realm beating the Mordekaiser down. Then we burn the ultimate, and that happens. As soon as that engage goes wide, it's just not looking great for them. And they just trade 1 for 1, and now they're trying to force Baron, but they are still 4v4. This is not a Baron they can force here.
And it was a support. It was a support for their mids as well.
Yeah, very support for mid is not a great trade you want to be starting Barons off on.
And like that, the game swings, and now we come back to live. Drake is up. It is 5v5. Everybody is up. Everybody almost has their ultimates, all of their sums available. The only person who doesn't is Poseidon. Yeah, the public execution is now up. He is ready to bang. Everybody on the side of Cudder's Piggies, they're all ults up. The only thing notably down is Flash on the Azir and Flash on Mordekaiser. Ultimate's gonna come out here. Keeper's verdict done. Flash ult straight onto the Azir. Azir's gonna go down courtesy of Malphite. And this, if the Mandem win, they get the Drake here and they're gonna get Soul. And it's gonna be so much more difficult for the Piggies to play this. Mordekaiser's trying his best here to get a kill, but he's gonna get kited to death. And now Sunny is getting run down by the 10, 3, and 7 Malphite. We see pings here come out towards the Drake, but also Ryze is pinging to the bot lane. He's saying we can realm warp out here and we can get turrets alongside. Karma here with the Baron buff, gonna try and pressure the mid lane. Not gonna be able to do too much with it. Poppy is there, but they should get this bot tier 2 as well. So they're gonna be walking away with the lion's share of gold here right now, swinging the gold lead. It was so close not but 3 minutes ago, and it is now a 6k gold lead for the Mandem. They have swung this so heavily. I was gonna say 5.7k of the gold lead is based off this Baron play.
Very much in the hands of Moody Mandem.
I think if they
they back off. That's good.
They can't win. They can't win here. They couldn't have won. Everybody was respawning. Everybody's ults are down. Apart from we can see Malphite's ult just came back up. Yeah, it is. But do you want to trade open inhib for 3 shutdowns?
For 5 deaths?
Ryze is worth 1,000.
I feel like here, Mordekaiser should have been looking to ult Malphite. If you get Malphite,
maybe. The Malphite engage onto Azir shuts the entire team fight down. Azir is the primary carry right now, and he is not having an opportunity to really DPS because About Blank is just playing out of his mind, honestly. Like, I think this is arguably Blank's best series of the entire Winter Open. Like, In game 1 on the Jarvan, he decimated their backline, and in game 2 on the Malphite, he has been the biggest menace.
Yeah, Drake steal for the point. Yeah, just really going crazy, and I really think it's up to TM Offer, because if he can get the Malphite in the Shadow Realm, yeah, it's 14k on the Malphite.
Yeah, Malphite is Thanos in this game right now. He's also
in the Shadow Realm.
Can we take a moment?
Not only does he have the potential to get the stats, but he denies the multi-man or even single target blow-ups that About Blank has been doing onto Katarina.
Yeah. What I wanted to talk about though is look at the build from the Malphite. He knows that Azir has the main thorn in his side, and he has gone for the Koenig Rukkan just specifically for
and Frozen Heart.
Is it?
So it's,
yeah, the Frozen Heart as well. Yeah, the attack speed reduction is so hard right now for Azir to get into this game. I mean, he's got 3 items. He is strong, but you know, with how many tools they have at their disposal.
Okay, he might be out of position.
Unstoppable Force, unfortunately, is down. It's going to be down for probably about a minute here as well. We're seeing some trading here in the top side. TM Opera O does have the Death Realm available to him right now. He is going to use it. We're going to see. Yeah, this is a trade for him, and it's going to be a quick shutdown there. That's a good chunk of change onto Maud, so that is good for the Piggies here, considering everything else is looking a bit bleak, right? They do, oh, hold up, we see the fly in for the Emperor's Divide, but no one on his team is there to capitalize, and he just gets popped by Corki, and now the rest of the team fight is going for the Mandem. This is the ambitious engage there, but the Realm Lord got them all out. That was 3-man just covert mission shit right there. And now they get to take the fight again on their own terms, and Mordekai's like, it doesn't matter that you have the Ambessa's resistances, you still die.
Blank, Unstoppable Force is coming. Or
yes, yeah, it's soon. It's 2 seconds. I think. I'm not gonna lie. I think the game's over at this point. I don't think you can do anything. Unstoppable Force is gonna come out onto Xin Zhao. He's chasing the Karma. There's nothing to be gained here. Meanwhile, Mandem are just taking the base, and it's gonna be a quick 2-0 here for MacMoodies. They're gonna secure their place in playoffs here. You know, they don't have a wave. I mean, okay, Poppy's gonna try their hardest. This is Cudder against the world right now, but he is going to get shut down. Public execution lands onto Azir. They're trying to get the 6th kill, 6th death hit. They're gonna dive the fountain, and they get him as well. And that is a decisive win for MacMoodies Mandem. Holy. I
would really love to get the replay of About Blank smite stealing. Feel like that was
in the dragon pit where he just fucking hogs them like he flashes with 0
the
vision.
caster not believing you lack the facilities. Nah, he's got flash and smite. He has everything he needs. It was a smite, right?
Literally. Yeah, he flashes in blind, smites it, and then I believe he ults out, I think. But yeah, that steal was disgusting. And look at the damage profile here as well. You can see the even though Malphite went full tank, it didn't matter. His damage is insane. He's 26.5k. He did more than the 80 carry and the mid laner of his team. And yeah, honestly, showcase performance in this series for About Blank. I think he put the team on the back in this series. But yeah, I honestly, it was a very clean performance in the jungle. Very clean 2 games there in the jungle, to be honest. The games were quite back and forth. I mean, we can see this one was back and forth for more time than the first game was. This one, it took about 24 minutes for it to really kind of lock up. But once it did, you know, once the game blew open, 24, it blew massively.
Right? I feel like that's the Baron play.
Yeah. It's about the Baron play, yeah. Yeah, once they got Baron, they exploded. 5k gold lead, and then yeah, it was all downhill from there for the Piggies. Commiseration to them. They played the best they could there, and just unfortunately, the MacMoodies Mandem had their number in this one. So you know they're going to move on into the top 8 here. They're going to be facing good chimps next week in the quarterfinals. So will be a fun one. What we're going to do as well for the first time this season. It has been a long time coming. But oh god, I can see people have been making memes. People have been making memes in the general chat. Jesus Christ. Oh no. Oh, you've got the okay. While I set up the MVP voting, actually no, hold up, because I want to do MVP voting a little bit differently this season. So we're gonna have it. Aaron, you watch those games. I watch those games. Lean watch those games. We pick one person each from the winning team who we think is a deserving MVP candidate, and then we put the poll up to the general public. So my suggestion is blank. I think he smurfed this series entirely, and I think his work shows for himself in there. Lean, who would you say for that team?
I was gonna go blank. You kind of chose my pick, so.
Shit, fair enough. I mean, we could both go for him. It just means it's a twofer essentially. Instead of there being 3 MVP candidates, there'll just be 2.
I was going to go
what
for
Aaron
Toki.
says. Okay, sweet. So out of the 2 of them,
that's respectable.
yeah,
okay,
I think he did a really good performance as well. Considering the MMR gap between himself and his opponent, I think he put a very good performance on.
Actually, no, I'll change. I will go for Ko. Okay. The mid lane, being able to beat the Katarina on Irelia, the solo kill, super early on, not even having to do bone teleport, I think is definitely. Plus, he got like Shurima shuffled under the turret like 3 times last game, and he only died once.
Yeah, you're not wrong. His very decisive use of his summoner spells at times very much was the difference between him dying and getting out, several times. And also, like I said in Champions, like the Ryze Azir matchup is not a favorable one for Ryze. Azir outranges him heavily and is a very safe pick, so it's quite hard to really find angles, and he definitely found them with roams. So I would agree with you on that one. I think he definitely
Plus, I think that 4-man Realm War was really insane coming out. You don't get to see that often Ryze players really get much value out of that ultimate, and I think that was one of the very clear instances where that just provided something that no other champion in the game can provide.
No, 100%. And yeah, look at this smite steal, bro.
Oh, yeah.
They have no vision. He doesn't know.
He clears the wall.
Xin Zhao could have smited it. There was about 200. There was 200 health there where he could have smited it. And about blank sneaks in.
Wait, how did he get out? Did he get knocked out by... That's a play. And then the fight goes... Well... We've all seen this one again and again. I think that was the Mordecai.
This fight went way too long. Why can't I see all these people redeeming the mount pitch at me? they won one series and now they're dropping them. They had to bring it to me, man, every time. But yeah, this play here, the extended again. I just feel like there was like almost like a desperation part of it, right? It's like if we lose this game, we're out, and so we need to make something happen here, because if we don't make it happen, well,
we'll see you in summer. Was the Baron. That was the Baron.
Yeah, the Baron as well. Yes, I agree.
That was the. We don't know what's happening right now. We just killed their support. Let's go Baron. They're Ambessa's side lane, so I guess that call. But as soon as Ambessa is looking for the teleport, you need to back off. You can't give that Baron. You can't.
100%, I agree with you. Just so everybody in the Twitch chat is aware, the MVP voting is live. So if you guys make your way over to the Discord general channel, all of the MVP voting is in there. I will drop a link for you now if you want to get your votes in. Just check the Twitch chat. There is a link to the Discord there. You can join the Discord if you want to take part in any of our future events. That is the place to be. Aaron does not have the graphic ready for it yet because I haven't asked him to prep it, but we do have a 2xKO event coming up soon, just after the finish of this tournament. So you know, it's the hub to be in if you want to take part in any of the MiniLCS content coming up, because there will be content. And yeah, get the 2 weeks KO. Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie, the game's cooked. But
is it bad?
We'll still run events for it.
I haven't played it.
No, the game is great. The game was fun in my experience of it. I played it for maybe like 100 hours, and it was a really good game. But Riot have pulled support. They've done. Do you remember what they did to Legends of Runeterra, where they gutted the team?
It?
Yes.
They've killed it already?
They've gutted the developer team for it. So essentially, it's on life support until such a point as it proves it can make money, which is unlikely to make money because they've killed the developer team for it. So yeah, good times. But yeah, congratulations there to MacMoodies, Mandem. You guys got the 2-0 victory there. You will find yourselves next week up against Good Chimps in the quarterfinals. It's going to be a banger of a series, I am sure. For everybody else that's watching, get your votes in for the MVP voting. It will finalize in about an hour. And we will see all of you tomorrow for a VOD series, which is going to be Dillamond Esports versus Beer Before League. Essentially the exact same thing we've had today, just for the teams that placed second in Groups B and Groups E. Obviously, MacMoodies were the second seed of Group D. Cudders were the second seed of Group C. So they're all playing for the last 2 spots in playoffs. Then playoffs will officially properly kick off with the quarterfinals next week, Monday, the 16th of February. That week will be all quarterfinals performances, and we will be on the road to grand finals, culminating on the 6th, 7th, and 8th of March. And then we'll be done, guys. Finals. Yeah. There's so we do like a whole in-person grand finals stream where all the commentators that want to take part, we all go in. We have like a little studio situation. It's fun. It's fun.
Oh, nice.
But that's why it has to happen on that weekend. So, but yeah. Otherwise, though, anything you want to add to that, Lean? Anything you want to add, Aaron?
No. It's good to be back, commentating. Great games from both teams. What can I say?
Yeah, fair. Aaron, anything you want to add?
No, there was a question, Waterboy, are we streaming on 17th? No, that'll be on the main broadcast later on. And that is my team's game. That's Dagestonian Death Squads versus someone. I don't know who. Doesn't matter. I don't need to know who.
Sorry.
We're gonna win.
You're up against the Outcasts, I think. But no. So Waterboy's asking because Grom Support Group have just locked in their quarterfinals game up against Dangerous game on the 17th as well.
Oh, so, no, I don't care about that game. It's all about a Dagestonian Death Squad game. So sucks to be you, Waterboy.
I really like the names
what
that
will
I've been
likely
hearing
happen
so far.
What was that, sorry?
I really like the names. Very creative, you know?
Yeah? Oh, what the team names?
Dagestani Death Squad? Yeah. League for beer.
Yeah, Beer Before League. Yeah, they'll be playing tomorrow, so catch the stream tomorrow if you want to see them against Dillamond Esports, which is my team, where we have 2 Danish people and we named ourselves after a really weird Danish cartoon. Yeah.
It must be an inside joke.
No, so Dillamond, John Dillamond is a Danish cartoon for children about a guy with a massively long dick. Like, that's the whole thing. Like,
wait,
no,
what?
hold on, I'll show you. It's like the whole thing is just he just has an exceptionally long wiener. I'll show you.
It's a kids show.
Yeah. I think it's a book initially, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, it was hilarious to me, and so I wanted to name our team after it because we had 2 Danish people. So yeah, the thing I just posted in the broadcast channel, that is John Dillamond, which is why our logo is also red and white stripes, because he wears a weird little kind of one piece of red and white stripes. But yeah, that is like him pouring gas onto a barbecue with his penis. It's in the broadcast channel. You can show it if you want. Just grab the. Do you want me to send it to your DMs? Oh, okay. But yeah, I was gonna say Waterboy knows about it. This is his culture.
That's,
This is Danish culture right there.
So that's
But yeah, that's what we're named after. It's a good time. It's a good time. Will we
okay,
make
I
top
like
8?
that.
Who
I
knows?
thought
We're gonna have to...
Dillerman was like one of you or something like that.
Oh no! It's just a weird Danish cartoon, but you know, it's content nonetheless. So, but yeah, if that's everything, I think we're good to cut off, right? No interview, I imagine, unless you wanna. I'm sure one of the Mandem will jump on if they wanted to, but it's up to you. Not today. We'll save it for top 8. They're gonna have to beat good chimps if they want to get onto broadcast for the interview. But yeah, otherwise, everybody stay tuned. Tomorrow we will see you all for Dillerman Esports versus Beer Before League, and after that, I believe, Aaron, is it Saturday or Sunday we're streaming, or are we doing a bit of both? You tell me. Both. On Saturday, we will be having Latitude versus Pagans for undisputed first place in Group B of Sweatlord bracket. And then on Sunday, we will have VODs of Mystery Int versus Goon City. So that is also the last game of Group B in Sweatlord before we move towards playoffs, you know. At this point, Group B of Sweatlords is already locked in. We know Salmon Gondonis are unfortunately the team that have been eliminated. So it's only playing for seeding, but that is all to play for. So we're going to have to see how it plays out on Saturday and Sunday respectively. And starting the 16th of February, it's going to be all playoffs all the time. So stay tuned, get your follow in, you know, get the notifications ready, because it's going to be content. But yeah, other than that, I think we're good to end. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll see you all tomorrow, same time. Probably going to be different casters, seeing as I'm playing. So yeah, we will see you all tomorrow.